Hey friends, welcome back. I am so excited today because today is a very special episode for two reasons. The first reason is this is my 100th episode, major milestone for my so-called podcasting career. And I'm really excited about that. And I really appreciate you for encouraging me to stay on the trajectory of this whole podcast life that I've started. The second reason why I'm very excited about this podcast is I wanted to do something very special to celebrate my 100th episode. And I thought, what could I do? I thought about maybe doing the best of episodes, and I'm like, that's done. So instead, I decided to invite my daughter onto the podcast today. You are going to meet her. But before I introduce her, episode 100 starts right now. Hey there, welcome to the Lora Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with this show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit lorashipman.com. That's LORA shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started. Kaitlyn, welcome to the show. I'm so excited you're here. This is a very special moment for me. But before I get all gushy and all that kind of stuff, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience and let them know a little bit about you?
Hi, thank you. Yeah, I'm Kaitlyn. I am 18 years old, and I'm a freshman at Florida State University, and I plan to study entrepreneurship.
Cool. I'm so excited you're here. So here's what we decided to do. We decided to do a mother-daughter podcast. However, there's a little bit of a twist to it. We decided that we would each ask each other questions, but not let the other person know what we are asking. So it's going to be completely off the cuff. And I think what we'll do is we'll go you first, then me, and go back and forth.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm so excited. So
your first question?
Yeah.
All right. So my first question is, how do you make other people take you seriously as a student? Because being a college student, I feel like people do look at me as someone younger and maybe someone who's not as knowledgeable. And I just want to know how to get to that same level of playing field so they treat me with as much respect as I treat them.
Okay, so there's a big secret here that most people don't share and they're afraid to share, and it's this thing called imposter syndrome. And I don't care how seasoned you are, I don't care if you're just beginning, people feel as though others in the room are watching exactly what they're doing and that they know more than you actually know, and therefore you have this feeling of being an imposter, that someone's going to find out that dirty little secret that maybe you don't know everything.
Right.
So my suggestion is to enter any situation with confidence and like you own it, like nobody's business, and don't worry what other people think. You just don't need to worry.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, but yeah, that was helpful.
Good. Okay. So I got a question for you.
All right.
Why did you pick entrepreneurship?
So I chose entrepreneurship honestly because going into college, I didn't know what my passion was, and I think college is a place where I can find my passion. And with entrepreneurship, I feel like I can find my passion and then take it in any direction I want, because I can create a business that is based off of what I love, and then I can carry that business for however long I want because I love it so much. And that's just something that's really attractive to me, because when I get into this entrepreneurship program, they're going to be teaching me how to be independent, and they're going to be teaching me how to make things my own. They're not teaching me to go into some field and how to listen to other people tell me what to do, you know? I'm just excited to take hold of my life, make my life its own thing, and I think entrepreneurship is like the right path for that.
Can I ask a sub-question
to
my
of course.
question? So, have you found your passion yet?
I haven't, but college definitely has opened my eyes to a bunch of other things. not only through, like, classes, but also just through, like, the people I meet. So I meet people in, like, all of my classes, and it's so weird how different their high schools were and, like, the programs they were offered. Like, for example, one of my friends, the high school they went to, they offered literally a veterinary program. Wow. And they literally took classes to become, like, a veterinarian. I just, like, thought that was, like, oddly specific, but also, like, that gave them a lot of experience. And, like, just, like, little things like that I learned that they got to experience throughout high school, like, opened my eyes to just, like, so many new things. And, like, actually, now that I'm an adult and, like, living on my own, I really feel like I need to take hold of my life. And I've been, like, looking into politics and making sure that I'm informed. And honestly, like, looking into that stuff just also opened my eyes to so many new things and so many new positions that I could have in life. And, yeah, so...
So you're in exploratory phase right now.
I am in an exploratory phase.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, your turn. What's the question for me?
Oh, so your sub-question counted as a question?
No, it doesn't count, but that was...
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So, when does grocery shopping start to make sense?
I've been grocery shopping since I was your age.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it never makes sense.
Really?
It really doesn't. I don't know. Maybe that could be part of your passion, is
Maybe.
figuring out.
Because, just so, I guess for the people listening, I don't have, like, a meal plan at my college. So, every week, my roommate and I go grocery shopping. And I live in, like, a college town. And so... there's one Publix that's, like, 3 minutes from the school, and literally every student goes there. So when me and my roommate go and shop, it's just crazy busy, crazy crowded, and you need to know where everything is, what the deals are, and it's just really stressful, and we always feel like it's just insane. Like, we never... So,
I don't know that it ever gets any
better?
No,
Okay.
because it's always been, like, insane.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are listening from other parts of the country and the world, Publix is
yeah.
our local supermarket.
I forget everyone doesn't have a Publix.
No,
it's
everyone
kind of sad.
doesn't. It's kind of southern.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, and if you guys have, there are apps and things. Like, I know there are grocery shopping apps.
Oh, there definitely are. I do have the Publix app.
Oh, do you?
I type in a product and it tells me
Where to go?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, my tip is go off hours. Like,
go off hours.
I
Yes.
don't know if there's any off hours really for college students though.
I know, it's crazy.
Crazy. All right, you ready for mine?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Okay. What is one thing you would tell your younger self
Ooh.
to get you here?
Wow.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah, let me
Ponder that one.
Yeah. Well, because going into, like, my college classes, there were a lot of classes that I'm just, like, so glad I took in preparation for them. Like, in my head, I pretty much, like, always knew I wanted to be, like, go into business or, like, entrepreneurship. And honestly, like, when you get into college, you still have to take care of credits, you know, that you don't necessarily, want to take in college. So the fact that I took those credits back in high school really helped a lot. So, like, for anyone younger, I would say know what you want to do and then, or what you think you might want to do, and then look at what credits you just need to get over with and can get over with before you enter college. Because I think next year I'll be able to just, like, go right into entrepreneurship, and I'm just, like, so excited for that. But I know a lot of my friends aren't able to get right into their major.
Well, actually, tell them, because you graduated high school with how many college credits that helped you? Because you actually entered college as what?
So, yeah, I'm like, technically a sophomore now.
But you're in your freshman year, first time at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, just like with AP credits and stuff, I was able to take care of a bunch of general credits that were required in order to get into the entrepreneurship program. And so I just had to fulfill some, like, state mandated classes, and then next year I should be able to get right into things.
But so would you have the potential opportunity to start your major come the spring semester of, like, 2020?
I should be able to. Yeah, I have to meet with my advisor just to see how that all works out, but I should be able to. So.
And then does that mean you graduate earlier too?
Yeah.
So you would tell people who are in their high school career now, take as many AP classes as possible?
Not as many.
Okay.
As many applicable. Because there's definitely AP class credits that did not count for anything that I had. So
you kind of have to do your homework and
know
what school you're going to and possibly what major
Actually,
you're taking.
you know what?
What?
My biggest,
Is there a hack?
Yes, if there's
a hack.
If there is anyone my age or like a little bit younger going to college, make sure you take an AP or dual enrollment ACE science credit.
Ooh.
Because if you take a science, you'll get out of that natural science credit and lab credit. And that is just such a time saver, such a stress saver. Like the fact that I got that science credit saved me so much stress and time this semester, and I'm so glad I did it. So take a natural science even if you don't want to, because that will help you tons.
That's awesome. Okay, good advice.
Yes.
All right, now what's your question for me?
All right. So, okay, my question is, did you have an internship in college? Because upperclassmen have been saying that that's what makes you stand out from the rest. And I just want to know if you've had any experience with that, know about experiences with that, or if that's really true.
Okay, so I never did an internship in college. I wish I had.
Yes.
Because my degree was in psychology, and I think it would have prepared me for a career in psychology.
Yeah.
And I probably would have been more focused on what department of psychology I wanted to get into. So I never did that, and I feel like I should have. I don't have any experience in internship. I know there are two types. There's paid internships and non-paid internships, and I think whenever you have the opportunity to do that, you should, because you're gonna have experience, like application experience, that other people won't have, depending on where you're going, in your career and stuff like that. So anytime you can get experience, what do they say, going to the school of hard knocks, like actually getting out there and doing the thing, you're going to get more education than book smart education.
Yeah, but and especially like when you have a degree from, I don't know, like Florida State, that doesn't match up with Harvard. Right? And so I don't know. And like it was making sense if they were saying like you need that internship to make yourself different.
Because they're going to know, like having an internship is going to put you in front of situations, maybe even crises, problems, challenges, things like that. And you're going to have to think on your feet and solve them, that you will never get that experience through a classroom.
Right.
And so I agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go get an internship.
Okay.
When you get back to school.
There you go.
On Monday, get an internship. Okay. What has been the most unexpected thing you have experienced at college?
Most unexpected thing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The most unexpected thing is how nice people are in college. Yeah, because like I feel like in high school, there's always like some competition between all the students, like who's better, who's cooler. There's not that at college at all. Like other students really treat you just like you're the same. And I don't know, like I love it so much for that fact. I mean, because like going into college is really intimidating. I mean, there's people of all different levels and stuff, and like even the people that are like obviously smarter than you are like they're just so nice and accepting. And I feel like the environment of college is just so much better than high school.
So it's not like a clique.
Not at all.
Like, and people are all there for the same reason kind of thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And people don't talk or obnoxious during classes. Like, they actually want to learn. And they're there to be there. And it's just such a great... Like, I actually said this to my roommate the other day. Now that I'm in college, I've only been in there for, a month? I feel like I have learned more in a month of college than I have in 4 years of high school. Because... I feel like I talk about what I learn about just like with my friends, and I feel like I'm genuinely interested in what's going on just because everyone else around me is. It's just like such a great environment, and you're with people that want the same things as you in terms of like, gaining more knowledge. It's just so much fun. It's just so good that the environment is just so much better than I expected.
Cool. All right. What you got for me?
All right. So my question is, what interviews have you had, and do you have tips for those interviews? And are there any tips as to make you stand out to say, even, I know we were talking about internships before, but any other?
Okay, I've been on a lot of interviews in my lifetime, and I will tell you the most intense interview I was on was for a recruiting company. Okay. So, like, basically I would have been recruiting people and stuff like that, and it was just very intimidating, fast-paced, and I didn't like it because it was, like, very cutthroat, and needless to say, like, I didn't accept that job. With an interview, I think you really should do your homework before you get in there. Get to know the company. Try and figure out who's actually interviewing you. And you guys have a tool that we didn't have back then. And that's like the internet, but it's also like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like you can really get to learn a lot about the people who are interviewing you through something like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I would also like Google good interview questions to ask and stuff like that. I'm trying to think what else. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been on a job interview, so it's hard.
I went to this, I mean, I've told my mom this before, but I went to this club meeting that I thought was going to be for investment club, and it turned out to not be that, but I still got good information from that. But what they were saying was in interviews, they will throw you just like a lot of curveball questions that are just weird.
Oh, it's good that you say that, because one of the things that you'll want to be prepared for is what would you do in this situation type questions.
Yeah.
Those are really, and they force you to think on your feet.
Right.
And in a good way to actually practice that, and it's going to sound weird.
Yeah.
Go to Toastmasters.
Oh.
And do the table topics there. Yeah. Because you are forced. Table topics is this thing, they'll throw you a curveball question that you need to speak for 5 minutes on, and you may not have much information about it or know anything to do. Right. So, oh no.
Okay.
Is that good?
That's good.
All right. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Will you really tell your future kids to call me Glamma?
Oh, jeez. What is that from again?
Glamma. It's from,
Jane the Virgin.
Yes, Jane the Virgin.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Like, I don't know that I want to be called Grandma. I think Glamma is fun. G-L-A-M, Ma.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, if you... That's your responsibility if you want. I'm not preaching that to them. But if you want them to call you Grandma, though, you can
support it.
I wouldn't fight against it. Okay. I would let it happen however it happens.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, your turn.
My turn. All right. You ready for this one?
Yeah, I think so.
When does acne stop?
Oh my God. That's a good question.
Isn't it?
It's a great question.
I feel like it's never ending.
It kind of isn't, because you know what? It's a hormonal thing.
Yeah.
So you have to get your hormones in balance. And so I'm seasoned. I don't know if I want to say what my age is, but anyways, I'm seasoned, and I still get breakouts, and I still have things that happen. But I have learned through things like gut health.
Yeah.
And intermittent fasting.
Ugh.
And water drinking, all of those things really help with your complexion. And
I'm going to cut in for a sec.
Yeah.
Remember earlier you asked me what, like, one thing I didn't expect going into college? I drink so much water now. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think college has just changed my ways. And you know, like the freshman 15?
Yeah.
I think it's fake.
Well, but you and your roommate are doing a great job at cooking and stuff, and you're not doing the fast food stuff.
No, but yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water. That's something I didn't expect, but yes, continue.
But I noticed that now that I have adult acne, it's really annoying.
Is there a difference between teen and adult?
Yeah, I think adult acne is a polite way of saying rosacea.
Okay.
Honestly. And I've noticed that when I eat processed foods, I'll have a flare-up.
Oh.
And when I don't, and I eat anything that's outside of a bag or a box, I don't have it. Like right now, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you are.
Right?
Your skin looks good.
It looks good because I haven't eaten anything inflammatory.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Okay, this one is from Guy.
Oh, jeez.
So for those of you who don't know, my husband's name is Guy, and that is Kaitlyn's stepdad.
Yep.
And he wants to know, how many of his suggested YouTube videos have you watched?
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So give him a backstory a little bit.
So I'm pretty interested in, like the economy, the stock market, whatnot. And so sometimes I'll have these conversations with Guy about and he'll like throw in a word that I don't know and he'll get all upset. He's like, you need to understand the economy. And so he'll send me these YouTube videos with information on it, which I'm very grateful for and I definitely will get to. But sometimes I can't get to them right away. So there's a few up in my queue right now. I have not watched any of them yet, but I plan to this weekend.
Watch the one that he said that we needed to watch with Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay.
At the beginning, I'm like halfway through it. It's actually, it's eye-opening.
Really?
Like it really gets you thinking about how the world runs when it comes to money, earning money, paying taxes, all of that stuff.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's a good one. And I haven't gotten through it all. Okay, do you have anything?
Actually, I have a good spin-off question from that.
All right.
When and how did you learn about, like, paying taxes and, like, handling all that?
It's so funny because this video that I was just talking about, Robert Kiyosaki was saying that they don't teach you that in school.
Well, no,
like in
they
public
don't.
school, they don't. And there's and so it's really frustrating. And so it's basically baptism by fire. And that's how I learned, is by making mistakes and learning about when you sell your first house, there's something called capital gains tax, like if you make a profit on it, and sometimes you're not prepared for that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of baptism by fire. But here's what I would say, especially if you're going to go into business for yourself and do your thing, surround yourself with the professionals. So our accountant, and Brian, if you're listening, you, he is a rock star and he really knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, I think he graduated from FSU too.
Oh, really?
I think so. Or was it UF? I don't know. Anyways, so surround yourself and pay the money. You kind of get what you pay for. You have the choice of going to H&R Block or you have the choice of going to Brian. Brian's going to be more expensive, but he's worth it.
Yeah.
Because not only is he going to look out for your best interests, and I'm not saying H&R Block won't, but he's kind of like your doctor. You stay with him year after year after year.
Right.
And you're basically naked in front of him, financially naked in front of him. And he knows your history from the minute you started, and he's going to coach you along the way. And then the other person you need to have in your back pocket is your financial planner. Yeah. And you've got Brad. Yeah. And so between Brian, Brad, and then a bookkeeper maybe, that's where you're going to learn that stuff just through experience. Okay. Unless you take taxes and college. Right.
Well, I'm assuming I'll get some kind of financial course, especially with entrepreneurship. It's just that it does feel kind of close. And I feel like I know nothing. Not nothing, just not enough to...
You know more than I did. And no, seriously, because... And I was on the path to get a job, like a regular job, and not have my own business. And so when you have that, there's kind of this thing where you don't really have to think that much about it because your employer's thinking about that. So... I didn't learn until I started my own business, just all of this stuff. Yeah. And it's like you kind of get your MBA in business. Like I said, baptism by fire. It just kind of happens. Good question. All right. So is it my turn, your turn?
Your turn.
My turn? Yeah. Okay. So what is the hardest thing about adulting? You can't say grocery shopping because we covered that.
That's a toughie.
I know.
Hardest thing about adulting? Oh, man. I don't know. I guess, just being responsible in general. I mean, I wouldn't say I was irresponsible at all as a teenager.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Yeah. But, just for example, I have, how many classes? 5 classes. And I can't go to a friend and be like, oh, hey, what did you get for this answer? Or, oh, hey, what's the assignment? Just because, we're not in the same classes. I really just have to, be accountable for myself.
That's good.
And I don't have that crutch. It was just weird because for my first assignment for one of my classes, there was something I was unsure on. And, I couldn't just go to my friend for,
help.
And it was just such a weird
feeling
not to have that.
But you've got office hours.
I do have, I love office hours. Are we going to talk about that?
You can if you want to.
I just think it's so cool that professors, like, you can have this one-on-one time with your professor just because, for example, I take this class called Brain and Behavior, and the class is a lot more difficult than I expected. But I went to the professor's office hours, and it was just me and her, the person who makes the tests, just talking about the topic. It just blows my mind that when she has lecture halls of like 400 people, and I get to talk to her alone, it's almost like I'm talking to like a celebrity. Like, it's so cool that I get to just like ask them whatever I want. And she's smart. She's a doctor, you know? She has a doctorate in psychology. It's just cool. Yeah.
All right, your turn. You have a question, or are
I'm
you done?
I'm kind of out.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay. I might have one more for you.
All right.
And my question is, and we kind of already went through this, but I said, what's one thing you wish you did in high school to prep yourself for college that you didn't do? So like you did the APs and stuff like that.
Right.
But is there anything like life skills wise or school wise or that you wish you did?
Maybe I wish I kind of did like experience more things than I did in high school. I feel like I did try to expose myself to a lot, but again, when I'm meeting like all these other high schoolers coming in with like all this just like these really unique experiences, like,
did they come from like bigger cities or something like that?
No. Like my friend comes from like Wellington,
Florida,
which isn't that pretty small? That's like it's almost Hollywood, Florida, but it's like not. I don't know. Or no, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, maybe I just, like, I think during high school my mindset was, I'm going to find my passion in college. But I kind of wish maybe I searched for it more in high school. I just feel like there's so much I don't know, and I felt like I knew so much.
But high school is like, it's still kind of like you're very young to try and figure out what your passion is. And
I agree.
I find that my passion changes even now.
Right.
So I don't know. You're multi-passionate, Kaitlyn.
Multi-passionate.
Yeah. Well, so was this fun?
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you had like good questions and answers. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think we should get your roommate on the next one.
Okay.
That'd be kind of fun.
Everyone will love her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, actually, she's really interesting.
Yeah.
She's got an interesting life. So maybe that will be our next one. But hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you liked this idea for the 100th episode, and we'll see you next time. Hey there, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me here today. I know your time is super valuable, which is why I am dedicated to providing lots of usable, actionable information in the shortest amount of time possible. Before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. And if you have ideas or topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming show, let me know about it in the comment section provided.